Hi everybody and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. My name is Rich. Forgive me, I missed last week's episode because I had COVID and I had no taste buds, so I didn't want to waste the beer. Now that my taste is back, I'd like to take a moment and welcome all the new subscribers. And please, if you're enjoying the channel, please share. I'd love to get more subscribers, comment, like to hear from you. Today we're going to be looking at Ommegang Brewery's Three Philosophers. And this is a blend of quadruple ale and Belgian ale with cherries. Quite frankly, I have no idea what to expect from this beer. It is a decent 9.7% alcohol, and it does have a best of date on it. And it's sort of hard to see, but the best of date says 1/10/20. I think it says 28, but it could be 23. So it's a relatively fresh beer. It does recommend that you serve it at 50 degrees, which is the temperature of the fridge that I just took it out of, so it should be good to go. I'm not even sure if I'm using the right glass for this, quite frankly, and I'm hoping my taste buds, which do seem to be back, will be all the way back. So, good aroma, nothing overwhelming, really. And we have a nice light brown pour on this one. Sort of a caramel color, probably one of the most accurately caramel colored I've ever seen. Nice head, light color. Decent amount of carbonation on that, seeing it on the inside of the glass. As far as legs go, there's a little bit of lacing and legs on the glass, nothing major. Which is sort of a surprise considering, you know, this is a pretty high ABV. I'm getting a little bit of the cherry, but it's a much more citrusy type of aroma that I'm getting here. In fact, it reminds me very seriously of a light Belgian Ale more than anything, which I guess I'm not surprised. It's almost, yeah, a citrus aroma to it. A little bit of cherry. I expected more of a malty or roasty aroma, but I'm really not getting that. It's really the citrus that's overwhelming, and I have to be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about that. This is definitely different. I'm normally a stout, you know, high ABV type of guy. So I saw this in Total Wines and Liquors and I figured, well, it looked okay, and let's see the most important part, how it tastes. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit, it's a little citry, excuse me, it's a little bit of a citrus flavor to it. Definitely you can taste that Belgian Ale. You know, a little lighter than I'm used to. Not a whole lot of booziness to it. And I'm getting a very, very faint bit of cherry on the back end. It's not what I was expecting, to be honest. I expected sort of a dark, malty, very cherry heavy type of beer. And that's not what I'm getting here. It's sort of an interesting balance of sort of fruit flavor, a balance between the citrus and the cherry. It's got a very light mouthfeel. There's none of the heaviness, there's none of the syrupiness that I normally associate with the darker beers. So it's actually quite crispy in some respects. It goes down very, very easy. It's also, and I normally don't get this for most of the beers I drink, it's very dry, to the point where, like, I'm actually feeling that on the top of my mouth and my tongue, that sort of dry feel that you get from let's say a very dry champagne or a very dry cider, which is actually more of what I've had. Almost makes you pucker a little bit. It's not sour. It's just really much drier than I expected it to be. It's not bad. It's definitely not something that I expected, and I don't think it's something that I would go out of my way to hunt up or bottle. But, you know, if you are a fan of Belgian Ale, it's gonna definitely hit that sweet spot for you. If you like that sort of citrusy flavor with just a little bit of back end of cherry, definitely, you know, worth picking up. I will tell you, the color on this has me sort of surprised. If I had tasted this with my eyes closed, I would have expected this to be a much lighter beer. I don't know if the color there, which is, you know, caramel almost edging into, I don't want to say red, but there's definitely a little tint to it of what I assume is from that cherry. I will say this also, it is really carbonated, to the point where it's like almost gassy as it goes in. It's not bad. It actually adds to the dryness. It adds to the mouthfeel. There's definitely, you know, the carbonation is playing a part in how this beer tastes. You know, but again, it's definitely a surprise for me. Not what I was expecting from this at all. I was expecting a much darker beer, a much maltier beer. It's not bad. It's just not my normal taste. If you do like a good Belgian beer, this would definitely fit that bill. If you like that citrus and sort of fruit flavor, this also would probably fit the bill for you. I don't recall what the cost was on this, because Total Wines and Liquors, I think it was $5 or $6 for the bottle, and I'm definitely glad I picked it up, and I'm glad I tried it, because it's been a beer I've been, you know, curious about. So I've seen it on the shelves in 4-packs. Again, would I go out and get it? Probably not, but because I'm more of a stout person, because I like that darker, maltier, higher ABV beer than what's being provided here. Now, as far as the beer itself, great flavor profile, good drinking. After it sits in your stomach for a bit, you do get a little bit of that alcohol burn. So there's a lot to enjoy with this beer. It's just not really my taste. But if you are the type of person who enjoys a good Belgian ale, along with, you know, the cherry flavor that's in here, this may well be the beer for you. If you've tried anything else by Ommegang, please feel free to comment, tell me what you think. Love to hear any feedback you have. Like, subscribe, and share. You'll also notice in the description, I'm going to include our Instagram, and also, in the description, you'll see I'll include the Instagram channel. Please follow. I'll be updating it week to week, and hopefully I won't be missing any more weeks as we go forward. Well, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the rest of this. Good night.